Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Miss Crochet and Coffee here, and it is time for Wip Chat Wednesday. So get out whatever it is you're working on and work with me as I chitter chatter on about what's been going on and all the happenings. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. I'm having a great day. You ever have a day where you're supposed to be what I like to call adulting? Like you're supposed to be doing like adult things, but you get distracted by child things. Like I was supposed to be cleaning the house, and I went into Orion's room. I picked up all the little things on his floor. I vacuumed. I made his bed. Well, his bed was already made, but I remade it the correct way because you know kids. Now my kids have what they call zippy sacks because they're littler kids, so they can't do like the whole like make the full bed thing. So their zippy sack is like a fitted sheet, but there's a zipper on the one side and a pocket for them to put like stuff in that they always put like weird stupid stuff in. And in the zippy sack, or on the zippy sack, they have sorry, I was looking for the symbol. On the zippy sack, they just have to zip up the zipper, and that's all they do. They don't try to fold or make the bed properly. Like they just zip up the zipper, and then like there's big lumps in the blanket from like their teddy bears and pillows and stuff. So I was in Orion's room cleaning up his room and picking up, you know, toys and stuff like that. And then I went into Maggie's room. And as you guys already know, this weekend, Maggie got a Barbie playhouse. And this thing is massive, okay? Like I'm literally having to move it from side to side in the room to clean it up, or to clean up underneath it so I can vacuum and stuff. I went to go start picking up, you know, the Barbie playhouse and everything else. I sat in there for 45 minutes playing with the Barbies. She's not even home. She's not even here. I'm in there playing Barbies by myself. I'm not like doing like the whole talking to them thing, but I'm like trying on different outfits and like pretending like I'm walking around in the house. And like, you guys, I think I have a problem with this playhouse. Like I need this playhouse is dangerous. I need to stay away from this playhouse. I literally just went in there to clean up her room so I could vacuum the floor, because I don't want to suck up any of the little Barbie pieces, because I think Barbie high heels are the female equivalent to Legos. Have you ever stepped on a Barbie high heel? Oh my gosh, I thought I was gonna die. Like I fell over onto the floor because like you ever get ready to step on something and you know it's gonna hurt, so you try to like lift your foot up real fast, but you do it a little too fast and then you fall. Yeah, I had one of those moments because I went to go step on her carpet and ended up stepping on the Barbie high heel. And I fell. And I was like, I need to clean up all these little Barbie pieces, because with the Barbie playhouse, my mother-in-law got her like a bunch of Barbie accessories and a Barbie closet and some Barbie puppies. So she got all kinds of Barbie stuff to go with this Barbie playhouse, okay? Like she was over the moon excited for her birthday. Like she got flowers and Barbie stuff, and Orion got her a pair of sparkly bow shoes from JoJo Sakawa. And so she was made in the shade for her birthday. She had a pretty good birthday. And then like yesterday, Minna's grandmother, we call her Nana, Minna's grandmother sent her a few bucks for her birthday, which, you know, she normally does, and we'll have to get Maggie to write her a thank you card. But I'm seriously sitting in there playing with the Barbies by myself for 45 minutes. Mr. Coffee had to essentially fuss at me to get out of her room Sunday night because she was trying to go to sleep because she had school on Monday, and here I am still in there playing with the Barbies. But we were kind of in the middle of something, and I didn't get a chance to finish. So, sorry about that. Trying to do something on my computer, and apparently it was a catastrophic fail. That's what the computer said. I think it's being a little extra today, because did it have to be catastrophic? It can't just be, you know, this something didn't go right. It has to be catastrophic. I'm telling you, technology. Anyways, so yeah, so I finally did get Maggie's room cleaned up, and I'm like looking back at the Barbies like, you know, I'm going on a long journey and I won't see them again for a while. And it's funny because we've been playing Barbies every day. And yesterday I played with her for about 45 minutes, and then I went and start talking on the phone to one of my friends, and Maggie decides, "Oh, mommy, let's go play Barbies again." I'm like, Maggie, I just played with you. I need to talk to my friend. Can you play by yourself for a little bit? And she goes, no, the Barbies want you to come play. Apparently, a doggy came up to my porch. But I'm trying to talk on the phone with Jen's creation wall. I talked to her for a little bit yesterday, and Maggie decides that this is the perfect time to ask mommy to come play Barbies. And everything else this weekend, whenever she would ask, I dropped everything to go play Barbies. Except for when I was video chatting with JJ and Jin. Yeah, imagine that conversation, okay? Like, you're talking to two Jennifers who you've had to nickname because their name is both Jennifer. How many Jennifers and Ashleys do we have on YouTube? Like, just in who you watch, how many Jennifers and Ashleys do we have? Like, everybody's parents had like the same ideas growing up. But Maggie has found that if she asks me to come play Barbies, I will drop everything because I love Barbies. Now, I'm trying not to like just be in there playing with them and her being like, Mommy, I don't want to play with Barbies right now. But I go in there and we'll play Barbies. And the other day we played Barbies for like 3 hours. And Mr. Coffee comes in, he goes, are you going to cook dinner or am I going to cook dinner? And I was like, what time is it? Because I went in there at 1 and it was like 5 o'clock. And he's like, it's like 5 o'clock. And I'm like, oh gosh. And usually by 5:30, 6 o'clock, I have dinner done. So I was like, oh my God, I done sat in here for how long playing Barbies, and I didn't even make dinner yet. I haven't, finished doing laundry. And Maggie was like, well, Mommy, we got to play. I'm like, I will come back and play with you in a little bit. Mommy has to go life now. Like, we've been having a lot of fun with the Barbie Playhouse. Even Orion got in with us because Maggie kept snapping the head off the one Barbie doll. I don't know why she does the things that she does. Between Mr. Coffee putting the dollhouse together, Orion helping Maggie get the head back on her baby doll, and me putting the clothes back on the Barbies, it was an eventful weekend. But we had a lot of fun. Orion was also trying to teach me how to play Minecraft. I am not a Minecraft person. I have learned this. I know this, and I'm okay with it. But Orion so badly wants me to play Minecraft with him, so he's been trying to teach me, and apparently I just keep throwing logs at sheep. I don't know why or what, but I'm now at the age where I don't understand the things that my children are playing, and I'm okay with this. I'm okay with not knowing how to play Minecraft. But Barbies, that's me all day. Like, I can do that all day. So, like, we went into Orion's room for a little while and watched him play Minecraft because I didn't want him to feel left out that I was just playing with Maggie. So I was in Orion's room playing Barbies with Maggie, and then Mr. Coffee would come in and play Minecraft with Orion. And so, like, we had a family day where we were just in Orion's room, and he's like, why is everybody in my room? he's looking around like we just invaded all his space, and he's like, why is everybody in here? And I'm like, well, but I wanted to watch you play. And he's like, but you're playing Barbies. I'm like, yeah, Mommy, Barbies are life, Orion. I don't think you understand the severity of this. And Maggie's taking the clothes off, and he's sitting there. He's like, ew, Mommy, she's taking the clothes off the Barbies. And it's funny because I was on the phone yesterday with Jen's Creations Wall, and so for those of you who don't know who Jen is, Jen is Jen's Creations Wall. We were sitting here, and Orion was like, Mom, can I go watch my tablet? And I was like, yeah, I'm about to go call Skylar's mom. Because Orion and Jin's son they play Xbox together. So every once in a while, her and I have a little conversation. And I'm sitting here, and the entire time, Maggie's bugging me to go play Barbies. And I'm like, no. And then all of a sudden, something out the window catches her eye. And she's like, oh. And I see her run up to the window, and I'm like, what is she looking at? I figured it was probably like a dog because Maggie's easily amused. And so I thought it was a dog or something. And I look over and I'm like, why are there a bunch of half-naked teenage boys running by my house? There's the high school, the track and field team go running for, to practice for track and field. And they ran past the house. And of course, it's just 30 teenage boys with no shirts on running up and down the street. And of course, Maggie's like sitting there with her jaw on the floor, and she's like, oh, Mommy, look at all the pretty boys. They don't have shirts on, Mommy. And I was like, you want me to, you want to go outside and yell at them to put shirts on? And she goes, no, I like them without shirts on. I'm like, don't tell your father. And as she's sitting there, like, that is what distracted her while I was on the phone trying to talk to Jin, was the fact that there was a bunch of half-naked teenage boys running past our house with no shirts on. And I'm like, I can see it already. I'm going to have to, like, blow the dust off the shotgun when she gets older, because she does like boys. Like, there's no boy in her class. She says the boys in her class are annoying. And I'm like, okay, you literally just turned 7. How do you already like boys? Like, please don't be that girl. And she goes, Mommy, they're so pretty. And I'm like, are they shiny? She's like, yeah. I'm like, that's sweat. That means they stink. And I was trying to, like, you know, divert her attention away from it. And she's sitting there like, Mommy, I want to go outside. So she goes outside with her Barbies, and she's playing on the porch. And the boys are running past, and, you know, a few of them are like, oh, look at the little girl with the big dogs. And she goes, that's my Daisy. And they're like, oh, and Daisy's just sitting there, like, sitting next to her, like, guarding her, making sure one of the guys doesn't come up and snatch her up, I guess. And I'm just sitting there laughing, like, Daisy, she's not going anywhere. You don't have to, like, Hawkeye her, like, but okay, I understand, Daisy. You feel like you got to do what you got to do. One of Maggie's other birthday gifts was a unicorn robe. Back when Rachel Ray used to do lives, I used to always have to leave, like, kind of in the middle of her live, because I would have to play the Maggie Olympics. And what that is essentially me chasing a naked Maggie around the house because she doesn't like to have clothes on. Well, we bought her a bathrobe in the hopes that maybe we won't have this issue anymore, and we haven't. She's taken 3 baths since she got the robe. No fighting to get in the bath. And, well, I should say shower. They don't take baths anymore. They like the idea of being big people and taking showers. So they take showers now. But she's been wearing her robe. But then also Daisy has been wearing her robe. And when I say Daisy's been wearing her robe, Maggie has been putting her robe on Daisy. And Daisy loves the freaking robe because it's one of those, like, really soft, like, velour almost material robe, so it's really soft to the touch, and Daisy loves it. So Daisy will sit there and rub all against it. Well, one day I took a picture of Maggie petting Daisy's belly, and when she was petting Daisy's belly, she was trying to put the robe on Daisy, and she finally gets it on after about 25 minutes of struggling. She gets it on Daisy, and Daisy walks around like that probably for a good 5 or 10 minutes before I saw it. And I was just like, Daisy, what do you have on? Had the hood up and everything. Like, the hood was covering her ears, and she's walking around in this rainbow unicorn robe. And Maggie's like, look, Mommy, I have a unicorn. I'm like, that's a pupcorn. We have a new pupcorn in the house now. So, yeah. And Daisy now, whenever Daisy sees the robe, Daisy will go and, like, lay all over it. Which normally I wouldn't care, except for that has to go on her body after she gets a shower. So of course then I have to wash it because I don't want doggy germs on Maggie when she gets out of the shower. So she gets upset with me because I won't let Daisy wear the robe. And so she keeps trying to secretly put it on. Like, I'm not going to notice this giant rainbow dog walking around my house. And I'm like, Maggie, can you please, for the love of all that is holy, stop putting this robe on the dog? And she goes, but Mommy, she likes it. I'm like, she does not like it. She looks miserable. Can we please stop putting the poor dog in the robe? Okay. And she's like, come on, Daisy. And Daisy, like, sulks back to her room. But then she tries to take it off Daisy, and Daisy bolts, and Daisy didn't want to take it off. It took me 15 minutes to get that robe off that dog because I had to chase the dog down. Daisy's quick. We don't have a big apartment, but it's big enough that she can run around and stuff. And of course, she's all in Orion's room. Orion's yelling and fussing at us because we got this rainbow dog we're chasing, and she won't lay down enough to, like, give me her hand to take the robe off. He's fussing because we're, like, literally, like, running in front of him and everything. And he's just like, Mom, I'm like, I'm trying to get the dog out of the robe. Like, the weirdest things happen in my house. And it's funny, too, because I was live chatting. Like I said, I was video chatting with JJ and them. And I had to go check the mail because I have, you know, special stuff coming in for the end of this week. So I had to go check the mail, and I was like, Maggie, will you sit here and talk to JJ, and then while I go check the mail real quick? Because, I mean, yeah, I have to walk to the mailbox, which is, like, right outside the door. So I was like, I don't want to hang up, but, you know, I'll be right back here, talk to Maggie. And meanwhile, Maggie likes video chatting people because she can do the little filters where she can be like a dragon and stuff. And all I hear is she a dragon? Oh, Lord, she's going to burn the house down. I'm like, she's already tried today. Tried today as in she has a play kitchen in her room. And the play kitchen, J. I was like, hold up, am I doing P's or J's? The play kitchen will tell you when you leave it on. Like, her tablet was actually attached to the play kitchen for once. And it said, you know, take your pot off the stove before it burns. And Maggie's like, no, I want to see if it actually catches fire. This is why Maggie's not allowed to help me cook. I'm afraid that she will set me on fire. So that, and the one thing she wanted for her birthday was a real dragon that really breathes fire. So we watched How to Train Your Dragon, and then she really wanted one, and I thought maybe watching the movie would, you know, calm her nerves a little bit. No, now she really wants a real dragon. But she doesn't like Toothless because she says that she's scared that it would still try to bite her, so she wants a dragon with teeth. Plus, she said Toothless looks funny without his teeth. So I was like, okay. So yeah, so Maggie, she's still on the hunt for this real dragon. It's hilarious too, because we were in Laura Law's Craft Corners Live last night, and Maggie was like, Mommy, is that Miss Laura? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, she's outside. I'm like, yeah. And she goes, is that a shark in her pool? So if you've never been to one of Laura's lives, she has a floaty in her pool that we named Shamu. And then there's 2 pickle floaties in her pool. And apparently Maggie thought that Shamu, the floaty, was a real shark. And I've told you guys a story where Laura did the video of the dolphin, and Maggie thought it was a shark, and Maggie's been asking Laura to find her a video of a shark eating someone. Well, Maggie asked last night, she goes, Mommy, is that a shark in her pool? And I was like, you don't really put sharks in a pool. That sounds awful. And she's like, well, I want a shark in a pool. And I was like, you would want a shark in a pool. And so when she found out that it wasn't a shark in the pool, she got mad. And she actually went and put herself to sleep. Like, she went and angrily put on her rainbow pajamas, which, how can you be angry putting on rainbow pajamas? But, you know, it's Maggie. She angrily put on her rainbow pajamas and grabbed her rainbow toothbrush and angrily brushed her teeth, and then cleaned her, or combed her hair, and then she went to bed. Like, Maggie was in bed before 8 o'clock. And I'm sitting here and I'm talking to Laura, and I'm trying to, like, crochet, and she's playing, like, this game of riddles. And I'm sitting there and I'm in the game and I'm talking to them, and I realize, I'm like, oh God, I never gave Maggie her medicine. So I had to jump off the computer to go wake Maggie up long enough to give her medicine. She's like, she wakes up and she goes, Mommy, did Miss Laura get a shark yet? Good night, Maggie. Just go back to sleep. So I just, gave her medicine and had her go back to sleep because she was really upset that Laura didn't get her a shark. So at this point, I got to go find her a little, because they have those, they now have the stuffed animals of baby shark. So I was thinking about going to find her one. She has a dragon, but I want to find her one that makes noise. So I'm going to have to go find her one that makes noise, because she's a hot mess, and she wants a dragon, and she wants all this stuff. And I'm like, Maggie, do you really need a dragon? Yes, Mommy, I really need a dragon. And I'm like, okay. So she really needs a dragon. So Mommy has to find her a dragon. So if you guys know any cool dragon toys that I can get for her, shoot me a message, because she wants a dragon. Because I don't think Toys R Us is a thing anymore. And I didn't really see anything really cool on Amazon or on Walmart. So I'll have to check Amazon to see if I can find her a dragon and a shark. Because of course, and the sad part is she likes Barbies. Like, she's been completely obsessed with her Barbies. But she also likes weird things like sharks. Like, that's her thing right now. She likes sharks. And I laughed because I thought she was joking when she, like, stomped off to go get ready for bed. Like, I saw her put her jammies on. But, and I was like, nobody's ever looked so cute stomping off and angrily putting on rainbow pajamas. And, I saw her stomp off and everything, but I didn't think she was actually going to put herself to sleep. Like, she was mad. It was already, like, a weird day for me anyways, because, like, I went and took the dogs. I recorded all day yesterday. Recorded videos for this week. Went to go take the dogs to the dog park. Now, if you didn't know, Killian is molting again. If you don't know what molting means, it means he is shedding his summer coat to get ready for his winter coat. And there is fur everywhere. So, every day, I have to take Killian out to the dog park at 1 o'clock and brush him. And when I do that, when I take him out to the dog park to brush him, I just leave the fur on the ground for the birds. Because the birds, you know, birds with the fur, they make nests and stuff. Plus, I figure if they had Killian's fur, they, you know, wouldn't have to worry about staying warm for the winter. Because his fur is so freaking thick. So I'm sitting there and I'm brushing him, and Killian is not, of course, because he has all that fur, he's not one of those dogs that sits still when you brush him. Like, when you try to groom him, he's not going to sit still. No, that's not happening. He likes to try to run away, so I have to essentially put him on his leash and then tie his leash to the fence so he doesn't get away while I'm trying to brush him. Yeah, Killian's kind of a butthole that way, and I was brushing him, and he ended up biting me in the back of the leg. Now, he didn't bite me hard or anything, just enough to go, hey, stop brushing me. I don't like it. And then he boofed at me to say, hey, I don't like this. And I'm sitting there, and then, like, the rest of the day, he spent essentially chasing me around the house. Like, I would randomly be in the kitchen, and he would go into, like, what we call play mode, where his butt's in the air and his paws and his face are on the floor. And he'll start boofing at you and slowly sliding across the floor towards you. It's kind of scary when he does it, because I never know, like, that one time where I think he's playing and I go to put my hand down there and he'll just rip it off. So, like, I'm always weary about him. Like, Daisy ain't hurting nobody. Daisy can't hurt herself. So I'm not worried about Daisy, but that Killian, one day he will be the death of me. I'm telling you guys. Mark my words, that dog. Alright, so now we're going to get the check mark. I'm worried I'm going to run out of drills on this canvas because I'm really low on quite a few colors. Like this one. And I'm only halfway through it. So I still have 2 characters to go. So I'm really, really hoping that I don't run out of drills, because nobody likes running out of drills. But I'm really hoping that, you know, it's just one of those things where it's close calls. But even those close calls give you, like, that mini heart attack. Like, I have finished a canvas where I've had 2 drills left of one color. Like, does that happen to you guys, where you guys will be in the middle of a canvas and you're thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna run out, and then when the canvas is over, you have like 1 drill left, and so you're like panicking the whole canvas until it's done, and you're like, oh my god, it only had 2 drills left. Like, I feel like that's where I'm going to be at with this canvas. Like, I'm going to have just enough drills to finish. If not, luckily I saved my extras, so I should have all the colors in there. If not, I'll have to figure out a way. I'll contact Hartford Diamonds and have them send out the other drills that I need. Because right now, I think I have probably about 50 402s, which is like this color here. And I probably don't even have 50 of them, but there's not a lot in... Oh, sorry, I shook you. There's not a lot in there, and I'm scared I'm going to run out, and I don't want to run out. Plus, I will be putting this away for at least a day or two, because I I don't know how many of you got the Halloween canvas from Diamond Art Club, but I did. And so I will be busting that out quick before I finish this. Which is weird because I normally don't get Halloween. Like, I don't get I can't even talk. I don't normally get holiday canvases. Like, am I the only person that doesn't like getting holiday canvases? Because then you're like, what am I supposed to do with it the other 12 months out of the year? Like, I look at the Halloween canvases that everybody posts, and I'm like, oh my god, that's so cool. You know, I wish I wasn't so finicky about the canvases I work on. But I know that if I get it, I will be sitting there going, why did I get this? Now, where am I going to put it the rest of the year? Well, when they came out with that glow-in-the-dark canvas, I was like, I don't give a crap where I put it. I'm getting it. It glows in the dark. So I will be getting it, and it will be staying up all year round. Like, does anybody else have decorations from another holiday up in their house now that probably shouldn't still be up? Like, your Christmas decorations never go down. When I lived with Minna's dad, that happened a lot. I think the first 3 years we were together, our Christmas decorations were up all year round. We didn't care. We just didn't have to decorate at Christmas. We were always ready for Christmas. Let's just say it like that. That's how you look at the positive side of that situation. You're always ready for the holiday when you don't take down the decorations. Like, you never know if that holiday is gonna, jump up and surprise you and be like, surprise, it's the holiday again. Like, if that holiday starts creeping up on you before you know it, that's one less thing you have to do. Just putting that out there. Now, do I want to go to somebody's house and see Thanksgiving decorations in June? No. Like, but if it did happen, you're ready, right? Like, I'm just saying, like, you can at least be ready for at least one holiday each year. Either way. So Killian got groomed yesterday. It wasn't fun. I told Mr. Coffee, I'm like, we're going to have to go get him de-shedded. To get him de-shedded, it's going to cost us probably $100. But I'm sitting there going, $100? I'm like, how much does it cost just to trim his nails? And they're like, to trim his nails, it's going to be $15. $15? No, I can do that myself. No, thank you. Which is weird, because I'm really cheap when it comes to, like, everyday household stuff, but I'm not cheap when it comes to art supplies. But then again, my art supply money doesn't come out of my household money, so I have to be a little bit more careful with my household money, where my YouTube money or my Arteza money, I essentially go, okay, this is the house part, this is for taxes, because you got to take taxes out of your money. So this is for taxes, this is for the house, the rest of this for me. How can I blow this really quick? Like, that's my mindset. Like, don't give me extra money. I'm not going to save it. Save? What's that mean? I'm one of those people. Impulse shopper. Not even going to lie. And Stitcheresa's now reading that book about, like, impulse buying and stuff. And I'm like, dude, I don't like the fact that you're speaking to my soul. Like, I don't like this. I don't like being this self-aware of my issues. Like, I want to have the issue and not be self-aware. But I keep watching. I'm not going to not support her in what she's trying to do. But I'm like, I don't want to be this self-aware into the fact, and like, I feel bad when she's reading it and, like, something she says is something I do. And I'm like, oh crap, I do that. Like, when she was talking about, like, looking at her stuff and being like, do I really need anything else? And I'm like, looking at all my coloring stuff and thinking about all the diamond paintings in my closet. And I'm like, I really don't need all this. I should probably give some of this stuff away. So, like, I donated a few canvases and stuff, and I was like, but I'm not giving up my coloring supplies. That's not happening. No. But then again, if YouTube comes up with this new rule, because from what I've seen in a video that was shared to me by JJ and Spasmodic Arts, YouTube is cracking down on children-related content. And it's essentially what they deem children-related, like crafting and DIYs and stuff. And I'm like, crafting? I'm like, well, diamond painting shouldn't be affected, because essentially there's a warning on the actual diamond painting that says don't let children play with it. Like, it's not a child toy. Because I'm thinking they're talking about those stupid channels that play with the toys and the slime channels and all that. And they're going after, like, just about everything that they can think of that can be child-related. And I'm like, hold up. If they do that, what's going to happen with my adult coloring? Like, I'm not going to stop adult coloring. But then me and Mr. Coffee devised a plan that if something were to happen, where they will be cracking down on adult coloring, we're gonna put in motion setting up a Patreon. And because my big plan with my Patreon was, when I started it, I wanted to stop putting ads in my videos, but I had to have enough people on the Patreon so that it made it worth it to stop having ads in my videos, because the revenue from my videos helps me fund the channel. So I can't just stop it, because then that means, oh, well, that means I have to pay like out of pocket, and I've worked too hard to be monetized, to have them demonetize me because I like to color. Because of course they're going to try to say that coloring is child related, even though it says adult coloring. No, we're not essentially coloring adult content, but like, by like adult content, I meant like, you know, dirty stuff. But I can still see them trying to say that, you know, that's aimed towards children, and really it's not. Like, have you watched my channel? It is not aimed towards children, believe me. My children watch it, but then again, I'm their mother, so like, even if they didn't watch it, they'd have to live it every day. Poor kids. Make sure I'm still recording. Yeah, I'm still recording. So yeah, so I'm really wondering what's going to happen with that. I'm not worried about the diamond painting part of it. Like, if anything, I will go over to another platform to do coloring and then stay here for my diamond paintings. But like, I don't want them to essentially demonetize me just because I choose to do adult coloring, and they view it as childlike. And I'm like, well, I'm a big kid at heart, so whatever. I don't care. It's not like I'm on here playing with Barbies or something, because believe me, it was a thought. It was a thought to come on here and play with Barbies, but I was like, I'm pretty sure my subscribers already think I'm nuts as it is. If I came on there playing with Barbies, they would really, you know, have me committed. So I'm just like, you guys, I've been so obsessed with that stupid Barbie playhouse. Oh my god. I was cleaning up, like I said earlier, I was cleaning up her room, and I ended up playing with the Barbie playhouse. And then the other day we had, what was it? She had the Barbies at the table, and we were eating dinner. And Maggie didn't get what we had. Like, we had ribs, and Maggie decided she wanted a quesadilla because she doesn't like ribs. Maggie's at that point where she doesn't eat meat. All three of the kids have gone through it. It's now Maggie's turn. Well, I guess the other two children have went through it, so now it's Maggie's turn to do the I don't eat meat thing. And so she had a quesadilla, and I went to go take a bite of her quesadilla. It looked really good. Like, Mr. Coffee made it in like the George Foreman, so it had like the nice crispy grill lines and everything in it. It looks so good, and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna get a bite of that. So I go to take a bite of it, and she's like, Mom, I have to taste it to make sure that it's safe for you, because Mommy loves you so much. I have to make sure that, you know, this is going to be okay for you to eat and consume, because if it's not, what if you get sick from it? And she goes, oh, okay. And like, she's 7, so she doesn't really get the concept of Mommy's just wanting to steal her food, and just made up the perfect excuse because she thought, you know, oh, Mommy cares. Mommy does care. Mommy's also hungry. Like, I use that excuse for everything. Like, they'll go to get a new toy, and I'm like, I gotta play with this first to make sure it's safe for you, to make sure there's no popping pieces. And they're like, Mom, okay, all right, okay, I'm done playing with it. You can play with it now. It should be safe. Like, I'm not the only person that does this. Okay, I like playing with my kids' stuff. That's why I buy it, because it's something fun that we can all play with. And when I go play with them, then I'm not bored out of my mind going, why am I playing with this? So yeah, where's that little teardrop symbol? There it is. Got a couple of these. Somebody was asking, you know, do people work out of the containers? I'm like, I love working out of containers. Problem is, I would rather not be sitting and holding the container, and I feel like the last couple times I tried working out of the container and had it on the table, I just spilled the container. So I was like, yeah, forget that. We're just going to put it in the tray. But I do have a demonstration, because everybody keeps asking me about this square, what is it? It's a square ruler for diamond painting, because if you guys remember, I found that round one back when I was doing Free Like a Bird. And apparently now there is a square one out. And I was like, and everybody keeps asking me, Miss Coffee, have you tried it? Have you tried it? And I'm like, I didn't know there was a square one out. I didn't necessarily like the round one. You know how much time you're wasting putting that thing down on your project, and, oh, everything has to be perfect. Everything has to be... No, I don't got time for that. Like, I put it down to move on with my life. Like, I don't have time to pick up something, move it, push drills down. By the time you finish finicking with it to make sure all the drills are down, you just wasted a whole half hour. Like, no, I don't want to do that. So I was like, no, I haven't tried it. But everybody had been asking me about it, so I was like, you know what? I should probably go try to grab one and see, what the big hubbub is about, because, everybody wants to know what it's like. So I should have a demonstration of that probably next week. And of course, I'll have it linked in the video and stuff so that you guys can go get one if you're interested. Because I know some people do like, having like that OCD kicks in real bad, and it's like, oh man, these rows got to be straight. Like, my rows are straight enough. Like, I can't tell if the drills are on there the correct way or not when it's hanging up on the wall. So, like, to me, it doesn't have to be completely perfect. But for the most part, they're straight. They straighten themselves up after a while. People go all gaga over the ruler, and I'm like, I'm not a big ruler fan. Of course, I still have my round ruler, but I would much rather just put the drills down than have the ruler. But because so many people requested it, I went ahead and purchased one of the square rulers, and I will be showing you guys if it's worth it. Because after about, I don't know, 3 paintings, because it's so thin, one, you got to make sure you don't hack your hand off with it, because that thing is super sharp. That's sharper than a man in a 3-piece suit with a nice shave. Like, it's sharp. And then after about, like I said, after about 2 or 3 projects, the thing breaks. The good thing is they only cost a few bucks on AliExpress. You can even get them on Amazon now. But they break very easily. And I'm just like, I don't see it being worth it. And I do know that people like using them, and that's fine, do your thing, boo-boo. But me personally, I'm not about to sit there and go out of my way to go buy, like, a mesh ruler for diamond painting. Like, I have enough diamond painting tools. I don't need a mesh ruler. But I did go buy the one because, it was requested. So I was like, you got it. That's why you guys watch my ads, so that I can go, do all this stuff. I'm also going to be ordering from the pink raspberry. I've been trying somebody requested me to try them a while ago. And I was just told by Rachel Ray that I guess they sell them off their Facebook page. So I'm going to contact them this weekend to see if I can go ahead and grab a canvas or 2 from them to see how their quality is. Because I know, like, Rambling Rose is all about them, and a couple other YouTubers I've seen unbox them, and I'm like, how did you get it? Like, I'm looking for, like, a website or something, and there's no website. I guess it's a small company. So I'm like, I have to go find it. So I'll have to go find it. There was another store somebody requested me look at, but I can't remember what it was. I tried Hankins. I'm not a fan. Just because, I'll try them again later, but after the Jets painting, I'm not worried about it. And from what I hear, they have poured glue now. I guess they're working with Ella from Kicking Cancer's Butt and diamond painting, and that's kind of awesome. So I hear they're using, like, the poured glue method, but the painting I got must have been before that, because the painting I got was double-sided adhesive. So, did I put that away? Yeah, I did. Yeah, the canvas I got for the Jets and the other canvas I got were both double-sided adhesive. So I'm going to guess that was before they started working with Ella. But I'm interested to see what changes they've made since then. So maybe I'll reorder that canvas and see if it'll come with the double or the poured glue. My back is itchy. Alright, so let's see. Did we get all the X's? Probably not. But this all... Nope. There's one right there. Watch, there's like a patch of them somewhere. Oh, and if you hear that noise in the background, they're still building houses over here for some reason. Like, there's not enough freaking houses over here. How did I miss that? So, yeah. So, there we go. So, we had a good weekend. For some reason... Okay, does anybody else not wear shoes in their house? And when I say that, I mean, like, you walk in your door, you take your shoes off, and you get, like, slippers or something to put on, and you don't track whatever's on your shoes through your house. Because I do that at my house. And you guys know, I'm a germaphobe. It is what it is. So I don't wear shoes in my house. The kids every once in a while will, like, we have hardwood floors when you first open the apartment door. So they will wear shoes in that area. I just saw Jay. So they'll wear shoes in that area, but usually, you know, the rest of the house is a no-go for shoes. So, like, I have slippers by the door. And if guests wear shoes when they leave, I vacuum up really good because, you know, I don't know where they've been. They're guests. At least in my family, I know where they've been. You know, when guests come in, Lord knows where they've been before they were at your house. So, you know, they could have stepped in dog poop. Either way. So the last couple of days, I've been missing my slippers. I have a pair of monster slippers that I keep by the door, and usually that's what I put on when I come in the house. I'll put on my monster slippers, and you know, I'm all good and gravy. Well, apparently they've been missing for the last couple of days, and I couldn't figure out why. And here it's because my children have taken my monster slippers, and now they are apparently fighting over who gets to wear them on what day. So I go and I called the kids out for dinner last night, and Orion comes out and he's wearing my slippers. And I'm like, I know I call you monster, but you don't have to take it literally. Why do you have on my slippers? And he goes, but Mom, they're so comfy. Now take it. Orion has a pair of these slippers, and they're not monster slippers. They're like dragon feet or something. But he likes the monster slipper ones. But they didn't have them in his size, so I couldn't get them for him. So because I couldn't get them for him, he had to settle for the dragon feet. Well, he likes the monster ones. They're softer. They're not softer. They're the same, like they're made out of the same thing. But apparently he likes mine, so he took them, and him and Maggie were fighting over who got to wear them. So he won somehow, and so he was wearing them, and I'm like, dude, those are my slippers. But Mom, they're so comfy. I just want to wear them. And I was like, whatever. I have another pair of slippers, but that's like my favorite pair. And like, why is it every time you get something good, your kid wants it? Like, you can't. I feel like I'm at that point where I can't have nothing for myself, and this is part of parenting. I can't have anything for myself because the moment you have it, even if your kids have the exact same thing, yours is better than theirs. Like, they want yours. But then if you ask them for theirs, they're like, no, you can't have none. But you better share yours with them or they're throwing a fit. So I decided, all right, I figured next time they ask me for something that I have, I'm just going to throw a fit. So then last night I was sitting here eating. We had lasagna. No, we didn't have. We had beefaroni or something. It was one of the hamburger helper cheeseburger things. And Maggie had some, and I put cheese on mine, and I was like, you want cheese on yours? And she goes, no. Then she comes over, and she's like, can I have a bite of yours? So I just start throwing this temper tantrum, and she's like, oh, Mommy, why are you acting like a baby? You're not a baby. I'm like, I could say the same thing to you. This is what you did to me just yesterday. And she's like, but that's different because I'm little and cute. You're not little and cute, Mommy. So me and Maggie are not friends right now. Why does she have to be so mean? And I just sat there and looked at her with my mouth wide open. I was like, ouch, my feelings. And she goes, I'm sure that hurt, Mommy, but you're not a baby or cute. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay. Thank you. Go sit down before me and you have issues. So yeah, it's rough in my house. And I was talking in Diamond Dave's live, and they were talking about something about stories or something. And the lady was like, I feel like she was asking Diamond Dave, where does he get his tags? And I can't remember the last time I've done a tag. Mostly because I never shut up anyways. Like, when I first started, I did tags because I figured nobody wanted to hear the crazy crap that happens in my house. And now you guys are like, oh my God, we love the Maggie stories. Yeah, Maggie, she's a hoot. Yeah, she's something. I'm like, you really don't hear a whole lot about Orion because he hibernates in his dark cave now. They got blackout curtains from my mother-in-law, and you would think that Orion was a vampire because he never comes out of there, and he's always just sitting in the dark. He just likes to sit in the dark. And I'm like, do your thing, boo-boo. If that's what you want to do with your life, sit in the dark. Like, you can't read in the dark. But he'll pull out, he won't let me turn the light on, but he'll pull out a flashlight so he can read his book. He's still hiding underneath the bed, for those wondering. So some things haven't changed, but, you know, the fact that he still likes to, he still likes to read underneath the bed, and then he'll have, like, he has a little flashlight he keeps underneath the bed just for when he reads. So, oh, did I put that on the wrong symbol? Yeah, I did. That goes down here. I was looking down here and I put this in the wrong place. Luckily, I only put down that many. And those two. So we're just going to pick those up, put them in the right space. There we go. But yeah, I have quite a few canvases coming in. I can't remember the last time I bought a canvas, but I actually went and bought canvases, and I have canvases coming in, and I'm pretty excited about them. And because I hadn't bought canvases in so long because I had so many, but I destashed a little bit, so I was like, I'm proud of myself. I'm gonna go buy more. And I'm like, and Mr. Coffee even looks at me. He goes, "Doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose of getting rid of the ones you had?" I'm like, well, if I could do a good deed, I tried to go like the noble route about it, so he wouldn't like harp on me too much. He's like, that still kind of defeats the purpose. I'm like, well, you know, you could still mind your business. Let me do what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. So I got rid of some to make room for more. Like, this is what happens. All right. Oh, I'm working on a little Christmas tree. I gotta remember it's the Christmas tree and not the number 1. Because even right there just now, I just tried to put it on the number 1. You ever make a mistake, pick up the drills, and then make the same mistake again? Do you know how annoying that is? Like, the other day I put down drills. Luckily, it was a patch of drills. It was like this purplish color here. I put down a whole patch of those in the wrong spot. So I picked them up to put them in the right spot. And I ended up putting them back in the wrong spot again. And you have to watch, especially on poured or double-sided tape, because if you pull stuff up too much in one spot, it'll start to bubble. So I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna end up messing up this canvas. Nope, didn't mess it up. But somehow me laying it on the couch where it was folded over something messed it up, but not repeatedly taking drills off and putting them in the right spot. So, you know, I don't get it. But I hope everybody had a great weekend. Let's see what is coming to the channel. For those of you who have been enjoying the coloring videos, there will be more coloring. I've decided that I think on Mondays there's going to be 2 videos. If not, it'll just stay the way it is. But Mindful Monday will be followed by a color with me, I believe. Some weeks you'll have a color with me, some weeks you won't. But you'll always have like the drill with me with the diamond painting, because I don't want my Wednesday drill with me and my Friday night lives to change. I want those to stay diamond painting. Again, because I'm going to keep reminding you guys until the 27th of next month. I will be participating in the colorathon. So on that Friday evening, I'll be coloring. And I won't be diamond painting. But other than that, I don't plan on changing diamond painting from Fridays and Wednesdays. Just because I know it's not everybody's cup of tea to see coloring or to color. Some people, you know, even still watch it, even though, like, I'm one of those people that I will watch a craft just to see it. I don't want to do it. But, you know, I'll do it or I'll watch it just to look at it because I think it's cool. Like, when everybody was trying to get me to do beaded cross stitch, I have no desire at all to do beaded cross stitch. I don't have any desire to cross stitch. I used to, but now I'm just like, no, I'm good. So I will watch like Rachel Ray when she does a whip and chat with her beaded cross stitch and stuff like that, and I'm like, it's really cool, but me, I don't want to do it. Like, that's just how I am. Like, and I don't mind watching others do it. I just personally don't want to do it. It's just a weird thing I have. I don't know. And then yesterday, I got to talk to Jin and see how she was. She kind of had a little bit of a rough day on Sunday, so like I wanted to check in with her to make sure she was okay. And she's still sick, and the YouTube plague has struck again, which is hilarious because I went to Jeremy's live for a little bit on Saturday before I had to go, and I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to him, partly because I passed out. I was so tired, but I was telling everybody about the YouTube plague and how it jumps around YouTube, and right now everybody's getting sick because 'tis the season for the YouTube plague. Where's that teardrop thing again? Did I put it away again? Okay, stop putting away the teardrop thing because you know you're going to need it. Okay, maybe you're going to need it. See, that's not, there it is. See, I didn't put the other one away because I knew I was going to need it again, but I keep putting that teardrop symbol away. But yeah, I was excited to see Gone Off My Meds is starting to read like short stories. And I like short stories because then I'm not left like, you know, waiting for the next chapter or anything. Like I already know how it ends. And I think the last one left on a cliffhanger and I was like, oh, that's kind of messed up. Who am I going to eat lunch with tomorrow? Whoever you feel like. Like, seriously? I think it was called The Death Machine or something. It is actually a really good story. I liked it. I remember when she was reading that Ghost of a Chance book, I caught her right towards kind of like the tail end of it. So like I was able to like watch the entire playlist all over. Plus I own the book. And when I go wait on the kids, I will read or listen to an audiobook while I crochet. And I would just listen to her playlist while I would crochet sitting in the car. And it's funny because like people are walking by the car because I parked next to a sidewalk. People are walking by and they're like looking at me like, what are you listening to? I just have this like big, I just got the last drink of red Kool-Aid smile on my face. And they're just looking at me like, what is she listening? Well, mind your business. Keep walking. I tell you, people nowadays. Oh, my neighbor lady upstairs is driving me nuts. She got to park in the front parking spot, but it didn't last very long. Yeah, so it didn't last long because just as quick as she parked there, she ended up having to go to the store for something. And me being the petty person that I am, because she made me park on the street, I just parked in the spot. No shame. Hashtag no shame. She always has this look on her face like everything about me gives her diarrhea anyway. So, you know, might as well give her a reason to have mental diarrhea. Also, one of the things I like about living here is the fundraisers. Now, I know I said about not wanting to do fundraisers, but the fundraisers here aren't bad. It's not like a normal fundraiser where you have to go like sell candy door to door, because that's safe nowadays. Their stuff is done through a online portal where you can order stuff from like their class store, or you can donate money to their classroom so their teacher can buy more supplies. And I like that. I like that, which is why I don't understand why they have so many fundraisers for like buying shirts and stuff. Like I get that the school needs stuff too, so I guess I can understand why they need to buy or sell shirts and stuff. But those shirts are expensive as hell. $18 for a child size? That's not a whole lot of fabric. And then all I can think of is how much fabric it's going to take to cover my big old tail, and how much that's going to cost me. Talk $35. $35 for a shirt? No, thank you. I'll pass. I can't remember the last time I spent that much money on myself for like clothing wise. No. I get mad when I see a pair of pants that cost more than $10. Like, are you kidding me right now? No. That's why I like tights. They're not expensive. At least not that expensive. Like, my mother-in-law was telling me about this LuLaRoe website, and I was like, oh, I know what they are. I have a subscriber that sends me LuLaRoe pants and stuff. And this time she sent me a LuLaRoe shirt. And I'm like, I'm going to live in these clothes. Like, this is just going to be all my clothes. And so, anyways, the fundraiser. So the fundraiser, you know, there's a link and you go online and have people go online if they want to donate or buy stuff. And one of the things you can do is like go to Kohl's and Target and stuff or something, and I don't know, I didn't look at it. They get a prize if they sign up 3 people to get an email to let them know about it. They get like this little book bag thing that it's like a little keychain, but it's like the most important thing in their world is to get this keychain, because last year when this fundraiser happened, Maggie turned in her paper, but for some reason they were short on keychains, so Maggie didn't get one. I didn't hear the end about it. I heard about it yesterday. She goes, maybe this year I'll actually get a keychain. And I'm like, oh, great. Like, literally, it's a keychain that you can go buy from a dollar store. Now, take it, we don't have a dollar store around here, but if we did, I could just easily go buy it from the dollar store. And they're just like, oh, but we need it from the school because it's so much cooler that way. All right, looks like I'm gonna have to start a new clip here soon. Also, I was looking at my time hop, and it's hilarious. When we lived in Pennsylvania, the kids were smaller, obviously. Mr. Coffee still worked at he's been working at this same company for almost 5 or 6 years now. All right, 9:50. And the Orion has always had this thing when we lived in Pennsylvania, that his dad either worked in Paris or he was on a pirate ship. He thought his dad was a pirate. And at first it was cute, but he legit thought that Mr. Coffee was a pirate because he would have to always go away for long periods of time. And it was the first time Orion had seen Pirates of the Caribbean. And so he associated his dad going away with him being a pirate. So like they would have like career day at school, and he's like, well, my dad can't be here because he's out on his pirate ship, but my mom's here. And I'm like, his teacher would always look at me funny, like, what? And I'm like, his dad works in the oil field in North Dakota. And then when he finally realized that, oh, okay, my dad doesn't work on a pirate ship, he'd be like, oh, okay, daddy works in Paris. Now, he thinks that his dad works in Paris because of the long rig things that, the little long poles that they have on location. He thinks that it looks like the Eiffel Tower. So he would always say that his dad was either on a pirate ship or in Paris. And now that Orion's actually got to see one of those little tall tower things up close, he thinks it's the coolest thing on the planet. And I show him one of the statuses from my time hop saying that he thought that his dad worked as a pirate. And he goes, oh, mommy, I was so silly. Daddy's not a pirate anymore. And I was like, did you honestly think daddy was a pirate? Like, that's not a real thing, right? And he goes, of course it is, mommy. There are people on the Gulf Coast or something, he said, that are like, they arrest pirates. And I'm like, oh God. And this is why he shouldn't watch the news. This is exactly why right here. Like, he should not watch the news. But I got to start a new clip, so hold on. Okay. Now that I got the dogs to stop barking at the other dogs and Mr. Coffee called to check in to see if I was okay, we can get back to this now. Every once in a while, Mr. Coffee will call in the middle of the day if I don't message him in the morning to let him know that we got up okay. He's a worrier, too. He just doesn't like to admit it. But yeah, now it's cool because Orion knows that his dad works in the oil field, and he has a dad now. Like, all the kids ever wanted was to have a dad like everybody else, where the dad would come home every day. And now they have that dad that comes home every day. I just feel bad, and I wish we could figure out a way to change his work schedule because he doesn't get a whole lot of time with them. He gets home about 6:30, and then they go to bed at 8. So, like, it's usually, like, we eat dinner. Everybody kind of sits around and chit-chats a little bit about their day, and then, like, we get the kids ready for bed. So, they don't get a whole lot of time to spend with him during the week, but then he does get his weekends off where he can spend time with them. And, like, this weekend, we spent most of it playing in Maggie and Orion's room. So, like, we got to spend some family time, which was nice because we don't get a lot of it during the week. And everybody's usually so busy with everything that they have going on that we don't get a lot of time during the week to, like, do family things. So it's always nice when we can. But we want to start doing a little bit more stuff with the family. And, like, I want to take the kids to go get swim lessons. Now, Maggie can sort of swim. Orion, no. Maggie takes so much after Mr. Coffee. Mr. Coffee is a fish, okay? He can, yeah. I can swim to save my life. that's about it. Like, there's no fancy swimming happening. Like, I'm not a synchronized swimmer or anything like that. I can swim enough to save my life, but I also hate being wet. So I'm not a big swimmer. But I will go to, like, spend time with the kids and stuff if they want to go swimming. And we have that indoor water park that's open all year round. So in the wintertime, they have swim classes. So I thought about taking the kids to go to swim class. And don't worry, they have, like, hair dryers and stuff in the place where they have a place where I can dry their hair when we go, so that they're not going out in the winter weather with wet hair. Because we found out last year what happens when you go outside, or you're outside and you have a beard and it somehow gets wet from condensation. Like when Mr. Coffee wears his mask for work, his beard would get wet with condensation from him breathing. And then, like, he came home one day and it was like, he's like, look, my beard's frozen. I'm like, is it really frozen? And I didn't mean to break it, but I just went up and snapped a piece of his beard off. I felt really bad, okay? I felt really bad, and I didn't realize that could happen. Like, I didn't realize you could literally freeze hair to the point where it snaps off like a piece of ice. I felt so bad because he walked around for a good 20 minutes getting his beard to thaw out and drying it off so that he could cut it, because I took a nice hunk out of his beard, and I felt really bad. Not that he had a whole lot of beard there anyways. I don't know what he's getting so mad about, which is weird, because before we moved here, he couldn't grow a beard to save his life, which is why all his old pictures look like he's 12, because he couldn't grow a beard. And then he gets here, and then he gets like this mountain man beard thing going, and I'm like, how is that possible? Like, how can you not grow a beard in one state, but in another state you can grow a beard no problem? Now, I don't like the big mountain grizzly beards. Like, that's not my deal. And that's not his deal either, thankfully. So, like, I don't have to worry about that. But he will grow, like, a little chin stash thing. And when it gets too unruly, I'll be like, hey, you gonna cut that? Because it's getting a little unruly there on your face. But I felt really bad that day because I didn't know it would snap off. And I was just joking. I was just going to pull on it, and it came off in my hand, and I felt really bad. And he looked really funny. Like, the look on his face was like he was going to murder me. So, like, I felt really bad, but I was like, I was just playing. He runs to the mirror. Oh my God, you pulled it off. Well, yeah, like, I wanted to see if it would come off. Now I know. It will come off. Don't pull it. I don't know why I got all these 939s. I have barely used any. Maybe they're on the other side. There's a little bit of checkering of it in the painting itself, but not enough to warrant such a large quantity of them. They should have probably put some more diamonds in for some of these other colors, because some of these other colors are getting a little low, getting a little scared I'm going to run out of colors. And you never know if you're going to run out of colors until you actually run out of colors. But, like, I was talking to someone, and they were like, I hate when people say, I feel like I'm going to run out of colors. You're like, how do you don't even know you're going to run out of colors. You just feel like you're going to run out of colors. And I'm like, well, you get that gut feeling that you're going to run out of colors. Like, you feel like you're going to run out of colors. And nobody ever wants to run out of colors, because that's just awful. Because, again, you run out of colors, you have to sit and wait however long it takes them to decide to send you out colors. And then, I think that's all of that symbol. And then, by the time the colors get here, you're already working on another project, and you've abandoned that project. Because I don't know if anybody else is like this, but if I'm working on one project, I will not stop working on that one project to start another one. Like, my OCD won't let me. I can't do it. I see people working on numerous projects, and I've tried it before. I don't like it. I get this feeling of being rushed because I'm working on so many. So I try not to work on more than one at a time. Now I just seen that symbol. Seriously. It's like a looking fine for crafting. Oh, you're a crafter? Come play this big looking fine for these symbols. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to put this. I know the moment I put it down, I'll find the symbol. And one of these days, I have to go get refills for my air fresheners. I know you guys hear that little all the time in my videos, And if you're new, you're probably like, what in the world is that? They're automatic air fresheners that I refuse to turn off, apparently. And they go off as if there is stuff still in them, but there isn't. And so I need to get refills, but when I go to the store, I never remember. And just thinking about it, I was supposed to go out today to go to the store, and I'm probably not going. That's fun. That means I have to put on real clothes, and I'm not about that life. Like, I want to stay in my sweatpants today, because today is my lazy day. And of course, I'm spending my lazy day recording videos. Why? Because I want to, that's why. All right, where did I see that symbol? It was somewhere in this vicinity. I remember seeing it down, no, not there. That's an R. Okay, I know I saw it. Okay, so we're going to put it off to the side here. And when I see it again, I'll grab it. Alright, so is that all the ones? That's not all the ones. So yeah, sorry, I just went on this whole thing talking to myself. I forgot I'm supposed to be talking to you guys. Spaced out crafters. Yeah, that's where my brain is today. I have some packages coming in this week. Matter of fact, I need to go check my P.O. box. I completely forgot about that thing. I am so mad that I have one now, because now I actually have to go. Like, it helps in a way because it helps me get out of the house, because I'm forced to go. Like, if I want my packages, I have to go get them. And I'm waiting for them to call me one day and be like, could you come get all your packages, please? Because there's so many. But if you send something there, please let me know, because I have no clue. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about my P.O. box, because I've started listing that in the video so that people don't aggressively ask me for my address again. So yeah, but if you send something, please let me know that you're sending it to the P.O. box, because if not, I have no intentions on going up there and regularly checking it. I don't expect to get anything from anyone, so I'm not going to just regularly go up there just expecting you guys to send me stuff. So if you send something, let me know, because if you don't, it'll sit there for however long it takes me to decide to get my lazy tail up and put clothes on to go get it, which could be a while. Sad part is, I don't get it. I'm partially lazy. I am not lazy when it comes to cleaning my house, but I'm lazy when it comes to leaving the house. Plus, why would I want to leave it? I just cleaned it. Like, I get to enjoy the clean for just a little while longer. And I was talking to some lady, and she gave me this whole spiel about the vacuum marks in the floor, and how you should, she misses having the footprints on the vacuum marks on her floor because now her children are older and out of the house. And I'm like, my children are, like, at that time Maggie was still a baby, and I'm like, my daughter's a baby, like, she's not going anywhere anytime soon, like, but okay, like, I get it. And empty house syndrome, that's a real thing where people, like, get really sad when their kids leave, and I can understand that, because I got like that when Minna left. Like, I got really sad and depressed. But, Minna's still, she's just a kid, so she'll be back. And plus, kids always come back. And it's funny, because my dad was asking me, am I coming home for the holidays this year? And I'm like, nope. I have no plans of leaving North Dakota anytime soon. I'm not a big traveling person, and after the last time when we flew, I wouldn't mind flying again. It's just, it's so expensive to go visit family for even just that couple of days, that I'm like, I can't. And plus, with Mr. Coffee's work schedule and everything else, we could never do more than 2 days. And to me, that's not worth it. Like, that's not worth me boarding the dogs and, packing the kids' stuff and getting all their medications and everything and running through airports and everything. Like, I can't. And he's like, well, you could just drive. Oh, yes, because I want to be stuck in a car with 2 crying children who want to get out and play. And then, of course, I wouldn't have the dogs, but I'd have Mr. Coffee, and that dude drives so slow, he drive backwards. Like, I can't. Like, and I can't drive long distances. When we moved here, we would stop every 2 hours because I would start falling asleep. I can't drive for long distances. Only because I've always been a car baby. Like, I can't be in the car longer than, 2 hours before I start falling asleep, no matter what I'm doing. Driving, if I'm in the passenger side. And I mean, I'm like sleep. But then again, like, I can't take naps at home, so I don't get it. Like, if I take a nap at the house here, like, if I were to stop recording right now and take a nap, I'd wake up and I'd hate the world. Why? I have no idea. I get so angry when I take naps, so I try not to take them. Even for as tired as I am half the time, I will refuse to take a nap because I know the moment I take a nap, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be so irritable for no reason. Meanwhile, JJ over there taking naps like it's her job, and I'm just sitting there going, I don't know how you can sleep all day. Like, I get so mad. It's funny because I remember being in counseling and talking to him about that, and he's like, why is it that you think you get mad? I don't freaking know. If I knew why I got mad, I'd stop getting mad, wouldn't I? Like, therapist, I can't. The mind rapist. Like, I said that to my therapist once, and he just looked at me like he was not amused, and I was like, well, I thought it was funny. like, I loved going to therapy. I didn't like that guy. That guy was a douche. But I did like going to therapy because it did help. But when we moved here, I stopped going because we moved. And then I got into a depression because we moved. And I think my depression was more so because growing up, all we did was move. So I figured as an adult, I wouldn't move anymore. And all I've done since I've been an adult is move from place to place to place. And I can't stand it. I hate it. I hate moving out of houses. I hate moving out of apartments. I hate moving just in general. I just hate it. I'm one of those military brats that didn't develop a love for travel. I'm like, nah, I've traveled enough. I'm good. I don't need to travel anymore. Please don't make me travel anymore. So yeah, like, and it's always hard because especially when you have kids and they have to take medications at certain times, like, it's always hard to remember because your brain is like elsewhere. And you're trying to remember that, well, little Peggy Sue needs medication at 4 o'clock, and we always have to set a bunch of timers and everything. It just seems like more of a hassle than what it's worth. So, like, I feel bad that I won't be going to visit my parents for the holidays, but it's not like it's the first holiday that I spent without them. Like, and I think my sisters were trying to come up and visit my parents. I'm like, well, then y'all go visit them. Why do I have to go? Like, why do I have to put on pants to go to my parents' house? Because it's going to be, I have to wear clothes the entire time. And at home, I can have Thanksgiving dinner in my jammy pants like I did last year. Like, that was like the best Thanksgiving ever. Sad part is, I think Orion's little friend wants him to go to his house for Thanksgiving. And I'm like, no. Now, Ryan's little friend's the same age as him, but him and Orion are like best friends. All they do is talk on Xbox together. And I was talking to the school counselor because we have to get like medical plans in place for the kids. And because of the medical plans, I have to sign all these paperworks and stuff for them. And she was asking me about, like, because Orion came in and talked to her, and she's like, he said he spent, a lot of time on his Xbox this summer. I'm like, he did. Problem is, he spent a lot of time on his Xbox, and he wasn't playing games. Because Orion doesn't have a phone, and Xbox has a live talk feature, he was spending a lot of time on his Xbox to play with his friends, or to talk to his friends from school and stuff, because he has their gamer accounts. And they weren't even really doing anything. They were literally just sitting there talking, like gossiping, like a bunch of cackling hens or something. Like, I was like, yeah, it helps build his social skills by, communicating. I'm like, everybody always badmouths video games. I'm like, yeah, you don't, like anything else in life, you don't want to do something to excess. Like, you don't want to overeat, or you don't want to overly, indulge in video games. I'm like, but if you actually sit down and think about it, a child playing a video game is not bad. Even though it is viewed as bad, it's not that bad. Especially when he's playing online with his friends. Because he's building team working skills, because they have to work as a team to accomplish a mission or a goal. And I'm like, where most people just see it as it's rotting their brains, I see it as that's a learning experience for him, because it makes it easier in life for him to be able to learn how to communicate something he needs done playing these games with his friends. Because you got to think of it like this. They have to accomplish this goal, and they all have to do it together. Well, they're not in the same room, and they can only communicate what they need by talking. So they have to find a way to talk so that the other people, their teammates, understand them, so that they can accomplish this goal, because they can't accomplish it if everybody doesn't put forth effort. So I'm like, that's great teamwork and skills to me. I'm like, it doesn't seem bad. And the counselor was like, I never even thought of it like that. I'm like, most people don't. They just see video games and go, oh, well, that's bad. I'm like, now, does he sit on his video games all day, every day? No. Most of the time he's watching Netflix or something. But I'm like, he will go on his Xbox and he will play games with his friends. And I don't fuss at him because he has good grades. And he, half the time, I think he's in there playing on the game. He's not. Half the time he's in there reading. So, like, he's my little nerd boy. And I'm not going to stifle him from playing games because some other parents think it's bad. So, I'm like, I don't mind if my kid plays video games. I'm like, he can't play them whenever he wants to, obviously, because there is a time limit on his Xbox where half an hour before bed, he has to read before he goes to sleep. And so, like, it'll shut off at 7, like, his Xbox will shut off at 7:30, so he can't play it unless he has my code, which he ain't getting. And then in the morning, or he can't play it again until 3:30 in the afternoon, which gives him just enough time to read again before he gets on it. And he's okay with it. He never fights me about it or anything. But on the weekends, he'll sit in there and he'll be on his Xbox, but he's not playing the Xbox. He's actually just sitting there talking to his friends. And I'm like, that's building social emotional right there. So I don't care what anybody says. My kid plays his video games when he feels like it on the weekends. And half the time he ain't even playing. He's just talking to people. So I'm like, whatever. And she goes, you know, you should really think about being like a public speaker for stuff like this at the parent-teacher conferences. And as soon as she said parent-teacher conference, I was like, oh, hell no. 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 Because that also requires pants. And I'm not about that life. I'm not about the pants life. I can't do it. Hold up, is there a little T in here? Or am I just, yeah, there is, 415. Okay, that was 415. That's right, because I have big T and little T. Maybe there's Mr. T, I don't know. But yeah, so, like, I always laugh when parents, you know, try to make other parents feel bad about their children playing video games. I'm like, yeah, you don't want to have them playing video games to excess, but it doesn't hurt them to play video games. It actually helps build social emotional skills because they also learn to make friends. And of course, there's going to be a downside to it. Like, you're going to have those troll kids that come in there. Like, Orion had a little friend once that he's not allowed to play with anymore because the little boy would come in there, he'd be dropping more F-bombs than Redneck Beauty in a rant video. And I'm like, yeah, no, you can't play with that little boy. But for the most part, you know, his friends are like him. They're just bookworms, and they like to randomly play video games every once in a while. And half the time, I just found out yesterday that they have all been reading a book together on the Xbox. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Punish him because he's reading books on his Xbox? Like, they were using the talk function, and they were in there reading a book about Minecraft. So am I supposed to take him off of there so he can't talk to his friends and make him read the book by himself? Like, if he wants to talk to his friends about playing Minecraft, let him talk to his friends about playing Minecraft. Good gravy. So yeah, so I was glad I was able to let the counselor know that, you know, I know you're going to look down on me because, oh my God, your child plays video games. Yeah, but he's also building a lot of social and emotional skills, and it also helps with hand-eye coordination playing those video games as well. I'm like, there are plus sides to children playing video games. I'm like, again, it's just how to what excess do you allow your child to play video games? Now, should your child be sitting on a video game for 5-6 hours? No, they shouldn't. Orion gets maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours on his game, and half the time he don't even take that, and that's the reason why he got an hour to hour and a half, because he will play it for a little bit, get bored with it, go read something, go play with his sister, go outside, play with his friends. I'm like, I don't have any problems out of Orion. So I don't really fuss at him too much when he wants to play his game. So, yeah, like, it's just one of those things that irritates me because, of course, the moment you say your child plays video games, other parents will, like, And of course, I live in an area where most of the people around here are well off because of the oil field. So they give you that look like they're better than you. And I'm like, sit down, Sally Q, because I'll chop you right in the back of the kneecap. Like, you're not better than me. And it's hilarious because I hate, like, one of the big things I hate right now is going to pick up the kids from school, because it's like the fashion, it's like the red carpet at the VMAs or something. Like, everybody's dressed to the toe with, you know, heels. And I'm like, okay, I'm not even joking. The other day I went to go pick up the kids, and this lady shows up, and she's wearing this really nice blazer and a pair of like tights or something, and she has on a pair of stiletto heels. Okay. Meanwhile, I hop up, I jump out of the car. I got on Mr. Coffee's work pullover jacket, pair of baggy sweatpants, and my tennis shoes. Okay. Who am I going to the school to impress? Okay. The only person I need to be impressing is myself. And I was impressed that I got out of the car. Every day I get out of the car to get those kids, I'm impressed. Okay. So I'm sitting there, and the lady like gives me this smug look, like, whatever. And I'm like, okay. I just sat there and smiled, because it had just rained for 4 days. And where we have to stand to get the kids is in the grass. So what happens to grass, folks, when it rains for 4 days, and even though you don't see the water on the surface, it's still there, right? So she goes to take a step and ends up stepping right into one of the really bad soggy areas. Her whole foot goes in the mud. And I'm just sitting there, huh? And I just walk past her like, don't give me that smug look, because I'm not I don't pick up my children with my hair done up like from the hair salon, and I don't have my nails done, and I don't have on high heels. Like, no, you sit down somewhere. Like, you leave me alone. You don't know my life. You don't know how much cereal I want in my bowl. Sit your tail. And I always love when people like that get their comeuppance, because, you know, that's just karma right there. But I almost finished this in complete section, but at some point I'm going to have to let you guys go, because this thing's going to be like 2 hours long if I don't. And I know what it's like trying to watch a video that's that long, so I won't keep you too long. Yeah, you guys got about an hour and a half. Let's see. Is there another funny story I can tell you for another 5 minutes, to give you another 5 minutes to finish up that section you're working on? Because I know you're working on one. All right. So last little bit before I let you guys go, because I do want to finish a little bit more in this section. Okay. So for the past 3 years, I have been in a battle with a friend of mine's named Emily. You guys might remember her from when I first started my channel. I would talk about her a lot. And I named my lips like morphine canvas after her, because it looks like her, minus the real Emily is not pixelated. We've been in this battle every year around fall of pumpkin spice. And if you don't know what I mean, I'm not a pumpkin spice person, okay? I'm not basic enough for that. I'm not extra. I'm not bougie. That's just not my thing. I like cheapo Walmart coffee. I don't need anything special in it. No spicy nut. No. So every fall we get into this battle of finding the funniest pumpkin spice something. Like this year I found they have what they call poopery. And poopery is this spray that you spray into the toilet that makes, like, when you go to the bathroom, not smell like poop. And they have They have pumpkin spice poopery. And then I found pumpkin spice tacos from Taco Bell, like an ad for pumpkin spice tacos. And then my dad was telling me about the pumpkin spice Cheerios. I have seen, what are they not going to pumpkin spice? I'm just saying, like, how many pumpkin spice people are there out there? If you are for pumpkin spice, write pumpkin spice. If you're not, say no pumpkin spice. Like, pumpkin spice is an epidemic in the US. Like, I don't know what it's like anywhere else. The sad part is no, I've never tasted pumpkin spice. I have no desire to do so. I like pumpkin pie, but I don't like fancy coffees. Like, I have never been to a Starbucks besides with Minna, and I've never ordered anything for myself. I only drink coffee that comes from my house, because I'm weird that way, and only I can make my coffee the way I like it. Plus, I don't like the way they be calling out your name all. mocha toca latte with 2 pumps of skim milk and no, I don't need all that extra stuff. Just make me a coffee. Like I feel like Dennis Leary right now when he was talking about regular coffee. I just need a regular coffee with regular creamer. I don't need anything fancy, just coffee. And because I drink coffee all day, you know, it's a big deal to me. So like when I see these people in this pumpkin spice thing and I'm like, everybody's going nuts for it, and I'm like, I can't do it. Like I want to be part of the cool people club, but I will never be part of that cool people club. Like, and it's hilarious because every time I hear like Stitcherista or somebody say something about pumpkin spice, I'm like, I ain't about that life. Like I'm not a pumpkin spice girl. I'm living in a material world, and I'm not a material girl. Like I can't do pumpkin spice. But that's just me. So do you like pumpkin spice, or are you anti-pumpkin spice? Write that down in the comment section. I'm curious to see how many of my people that watch my videos like pumpkin spice, because at this point, there's going to be a lot of pumpkin spice posts in the group. But yeah, we essentially just will post pumpkin spice pictures on each other's Facebook pages back and forth. So if you see there's that, of course, I find the freaking symbol and then I couldn't find the drill. There it is. So if you like pumpkin spice, just write that you like pumpkin spice. If you don't, say anti-pumpkin spice or something. But Emily and I just take turns all fall long just posting different pictures of pumpkin spice something to each other's Facebook pages because we think it's hilarious. So yeah. But yeah, I'm not a pumpkin spice person. And it's funny because I put up something about pumpkin spice the other day, and Minna goes, while I sit here and drink my pumpkin spice latte, and I'm like, you're so basic, but mommy still loves you. I'm like, I love you, but you're so basic. But either way, thank you so much, guys, for coming to hang out with me. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you got some work done. I got a lot of work done because the first 2 times I tried recording this, none of this was done. So the fact that I got that much done in 3 hours, like, yeah, I definitely could have had this finished days ago, but, you know, life happens. I think I'm going to work on it for a little bit longer before I actually even have to stop to go get the kids and walk dogs and get ready for the nightlife. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, well, you know, there's always a thumbs down button. Have a great day. If you're not already a subscriber and would like to subscribe, please get the drill on my pin. If you're not already subscribed and would like to subscribe, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified anytime I randomly decide to put up videos. And sometimes it's random. It really is. Sometimes it really is random. But with that said, folks, I'm going to bid you adieu. But not before reminding you, like I always do, always try. Be kind. Be courteous. Be cool. Bye, guys.